Good evening and welcome to Lunaq Tarot. Questions answered, guidance given. Subscribe, like, comment. Tell your friends if you like it. Tell who you want to, if you want to. So yes, let's see what we have here. Should I make a move or wait? Let's see what we get. Now we're gonna make this with one card. Let me put it somewhere here. Muy bien. And we see what we get from that. Temperance upside down. I think it's not time for moderation. So I would say you should act. You should not wait. That's what I think in this case. Like, sort of like for me, the time of trying to, and wouldn't say time to try to solve this peacefully has gone, but basically the situation is sort of moving on and you need to move with it or you're gonna be sort of left out, so to speak. Okay. All right. So that's that. So a little while tonight and then tomorrow, probably again. And you can reach me through here by showing up. Say hi when you come, bye when you go. Welcome, welcome. lunakutarot@gmail.com. Or you can send me message to lunakutarot on Facebook also through Messenger. Fair enough. So we have that. What is my current situation in life? Well, that is pretty deep stuff already. What is the current situation in what is my current situation in life? This maybe requires a little bit more shuffle. I'm gonna upload soon a video, not just a stream. It's about my journey with the tarot, my tarot journey so far. So it has interesting twists and turns. It has fast movement and dangerous situations. No, but well, hopefully, I wanna know. Put it. It's gonna be here soon. Okay, I'll let you know. So, what is my current situation in life? We take past, we take present, and future. So not just current, but we would try to see what is there before. So past, 10 of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Knight of Wands. So I think you have gone sort of like through a full circle in something, which is, I would say, related. We have 10 of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Knight of Swords, Wands. What am I saying? I'm slightly tired. Excuse me. So you have gone through, like it could be. I get this impression even like that there has been like shift in generations in something, maybe the family business or something. Maybe you received something has some project that has been long term has been finished, and now it's like time to search something new. And it's like at the moment maybe it feels even a little bit empty. So I think that would be your situation in life at the moment, that you have finished something like a bit more grand stuff, and now you're looking for like divine information or something to give you direction. So you want to behind the curtain. Maybe you are like entertaining all sorts of ideas and feeling that you need to know a little bit more before you can may. So what is your situation in life that you are in between things, but you are, I think, sort of like, because that's not like that you have been stuck or anything, but you just finished a bigger project or a cycle what is now complete. So maybe you had actually even some illness, and now it's more or less gone, and you are ready to do other things, and now you're figuring out what you want to do. So it's not that it should be like pretty nice situation in a sense. Um, I get the impression that you are getting some kind of message in the near future, and I wouldn't be startled. It could be like seem a little bit dramatic. Maybe if it's about your health and stuff that was in question, then maybe it looks like there is gonna be some drawbacks, but that is gonna look worse than it is. It's like more sort of dramatic that it is, less dramatic than it seems. And anyway, you're gonna get some kind of message in the near future, and I think this is, yeah. Anyway, it will turn out to be sort of fruitful thing in the end, and well, don't be don't be too alarmed when you get it. I guess that would be. But yeah, you're in between shifts of, I would say, uh, on cycles. That would be your current situation in your life. And yet another change is coming, but something that gives you some fruitful, more fruitful things for your fire to burn brighter. Does John think of me? Well, we see what what we can see. We see what we can see. How original. Okay. Macro check from here. Here's you. Here's John. And then one card for between you guys. Let's put this here for a change. So you, the strength for John. Queen of Wands was between is the Four of Cups. So no, I don't think he's thinking. I think he's thinking of something else. I would say that he's thinking of something, some kind of creative stuff of his own. I don't see that there would be at the moment like uh, I don't think he's considering that he's missing anything, sort of like that he doesn't have thoughts that, oh, this person, why wouldn't I? So I think this is something you have to deal with it, and maybe it's in your shadow side, sort of like you have to deal with that in this situation. So basically, I think it's sort of in your head, in a way, like, does John think of me? I would say no. I think you could think that he should or could think of you, but that's something with your own personality and on your own head that you have to deal with. And kind of maybe you are slightly, could be like you are disappointed how things have gone down with John, and that he should be thinking of you more or less. But you are dealing with this, and you should. So don't worry about John. Think about in this situation more about yourself and what you can wrestle with your inner. I wouldn't say demons, but I say demons. Well, some kind of inner, like, well, the shadow, like it's the Jungian stuff, I guess. What is the strength about? And that's not gonna be forced that you can manage this situation. You have to really like be. It's like when somebody was it some uh, well So now the name escapes me, but somebody said that when a mosquito lands on your testicles, you understand that all things are not solved with brute force. Okay, that's maybe like, yeah, what a parable or what it's called. Anyway, so be gentle, and deal with your own stuff. Don't be too harsh on yourself, but deal with it what you have. And like this, maybe this was not quite what one wanted to hear, but this is what I see. What do I need to know about my career? What did I want to know about my career? Let's see. I see what we can see. Yes. Let's start with only solo, only one card. What do I know about my career? Well, we have the justice, which is upside down. I would be slightly, in a sense, concerned that if there is some parts of your job that you are doing to make sure that what you are doing is legal, for example, that it's righteous and like it's in balance. So what would you need to know about your career? That there is some imbalance in here, and it's kind of against logic also. So something is a bit like confusing in your what do you need to know about your career? Maybe it's like you don't really have a clear path at the moment where you should go, and then you have to make sure that like really maybe it's not really a huge deal, but you need to make sure that things that you are doing, I would make sure that they are actually legal. I'm not saying that you're breaking the law in purpose, but maybe there's some rules and regulations how you, I don't know, like how you can have to manage with if you have like subordinates, if you're a supervisor or something, that there is certain things you have to handle certain way, or that can bring you problems, or the company also if people then get upset and feel like they are mistreated. So to be vigilant, to do the right thing also, at least the legal thing in this case. So that would be, I think, the big deal, to make sure that you don't do something that will like destroy your career even, or at least if not, I don't think, maybe not quite destroy, but be aware of situations and make sure that things are handled in the manner they should, because that probably will give you more benefits than to try to cut corners. So don't shove things aside, just deal with it, and that will benefit you more in your career. So like, don't let shortcuts and small possible illegal business to destroy your career or make it less like prominent or like this. And also I feel like maybe you are a little bit out of it, thinking like, where is it actually going, and you don't have it clear. And maybe this is one reason why you are asking, of course. Fair enough. So that's what I think. Will I find a job in the near future? We'll see what we get from here. Okay, we take 3 cards for this: past, present, future. Past, present. Oh, we don't yet. Yes. Oh, no. Now we do. So, will I find a job in the near future? Past, present, near future. See what we get from here. Nine of Swords. Seven of Swords, and the Fool, which is upside down. Well, based on this, I would say, like, in the near future, I don't think so. Not in the very near future. I don't see that you will open a new path quite in this. I guess in the past, the situation has not quite been as nightmarish if you lose your job, but or you change, and I think, I'm trying to be straightforward about this situation and not try to steal the source from others, or like be. I guess if you get to the interviews and like this, that you are being who you are. Of course, then if you want, if you wish, maybe that can help. Is you maybe you don't have to. Actually, I get the impression that maybe you've been at the moment a bit too frank of who you are, what you are, and how you do things. Maybe you don't have to be so straightforward in the end. Maybe there's some rules. I wouldn't, of course, I wouldn't suggest anything, but maybe you could present certain things better, and that could give you a better chance to reach and get the job that you want and get a job. But in the near future, I don't see big change happening. I don't see that would be. I would have to say, in the very near future, no. It would probably will take a little bit longer. Okay. Well, hopefully it won't take too long, and you'll find what you are looking for in this and in the job market. Okay. What is the lesson I need to learn from this situation? Let's see. We'll take soon. Oh, we don't want this. Well, actually, it's perfect for this. What is the lesson I had to learn from this situation? Let's see. We'll take one card first. See what it brings. And yeah, I've been saying many times, well, this is how I feel. It's like when I'm reading for someone, then, well, you cannot help thinking about your own things also. And the answers that you're giving seem to be also somehow answers for yourself. So, what is the lesson I need to learn from this situation? And we get the King of Cups. So basically, that could be related to the Emperor, for example, and some Emperor of Cups in a way, but maybe a little bit minor in a way. And I get the impression that if you feel you have to find, and you will find, and you will learn from this situation, like some kind of emotional balance, I think, and that you can keep your like feelings in check, even what things like this king is there sitting, like I would think that you will learn from this how to be the king. Maybe the waves make, how the water makes waves, and maybe hopefully not a tsunami, but like if there is waves are being made that won't like affect you, that you can be kind of on beyond them or like out of reach for them. You can be even sort of like you have your own space. You will make sure that others will respect your own emotional space. So I think this is what you're going to learn from this situation, and need to learn from this situation, is that what you're going to learn and what you need to learn. So you need to learn that you will have your own space emotionally, and you need to start thinking that this is fine. I feel like this, and I'm not going to let others kind of affected, and maybe it would come with this kind of price tag, or would come with this, that you are not gonna just react to things. You need to learn to respond to things. So that's a lot of monologue about that, I guess. But yeah, you need to learn this, and I think also you need to learn, and I would say that you will. So you will be a king of your own feelings. So you will manage them better. So you need to learn that. I think you will also. But don't be too rigid ever. Be willing to kind of move like the water as well, if needed, to reach this. Okay. How can I heal this trauma? Okay. Let's see what we can get from here. This we cannot get nothing yet. Okay, so we do this. One card. One card. How can I heal this trauma? And let's see. Six of Cups. So basically, nostalgic things, it's a choice which is somehow related to the past feelings that you have had. So I think you're just gonna have to. I get this impression that this would be both you here in this. So you would need to be the sort of like a parent for yourself. Like you would have to talk to your inner child if you have heard or if aware of this kind of thing. But like maybe there was no problem in certain way in your childhood, but this is from somewhere. I think it's from childhood. This kind of stuff. It's some sort of trauma from there. If you look at it very carefully, you can see that I think it's from there. So you have to decide to end it, and how you're gonna do it is like I think these are both you. So now that you have all grown up and you have seen the world more and all that, and you have experienced, you will tell the child inside yourself that it's okay to feel a certain way, that now you know things. Now you are ready and you will help yourself. So you're going to do like a self-parenting thing. I think that's what's the case in here. It's funny that one gets this kind of, but this is what I think it is. So basically, I don't think necessarily that this doesn't mean that your parents did anything wrong, but this is just how you have felt about something in the past when you were a kid. If you go deep enough, I think you will find it. I have tried this stuff, and it's actually surprising thing, and it by being constant with it, I think that will definitely help with the trauma that you have for sure. And at best, it will heal it. Okay. And then something completely different. A man with a tape recorder up his nose. No, that's a Monty Python thing. We don't go there. Is Tom the right business partner in this project? So is Tom right business partner in the project, for your project, basically for you? Okay, let's see what we can get. Okay, we put here. Just the first one card is Tom, the right business partner for this project. Yes. Haha, King of Cups comes there. So I think, yeah, I would get now. Of course, the cards are not like, I will not tell you every time the same thing, but for me now, what I just said recently, I think Tom could be probably emotionally balanced, and he's not going to be in this project. Maybe it's needed that you need someone who is not going to like be shook up from a little bit, or is like it's not going to be scared from small opposition, or it's not going to be even for like gonna be like freaking out because under stress or when things are getting heavy or things are get going. So I think yes, I would think that Tom could be a balanced person who turns out to feel okay under pressure and stress a little bit. So yeah, I think so. I think Tom is the right business partner for this. I would be very surprised if he's not, but so I would say yes, please. I have two options. Which one to choose? Let's see. This one. No, not yet. Two options. Which one to choose? We'll take, for some reason, different the past, present, future for this. So you have two options. Which one to choose? Past. Eight of Pentacles. Present. The Wheel of Fortune. And a Page of Pentacles. So Eight of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, Page of Pentacles. Which one of the two options should you choose? I think this would be the option that is more like it's the one that you haven't been preparing for so long time or anything. That it's the one that you haven't really been sort of apprenticed to it or anything. It's the one that has come landed on your laps sort of like by chance with good luck. It's the one that is gonna close the circle for you. It's the one that is gonna make the circle complete, sort of. So it's the one that you have to take more risk. And the future, I would say, is holding good promise. And then you might become sort of still like an apprentice on this, like a junior partner, sort of. Maybe that makes sense. So I think from the two, the one that you are not so prepared for, one that you are going to be out of your comfort zone and all that. So I think that was already kind of some. I think you should be able to recognize which one of the choices you should, or options you should choose. Okay. What is the best way to deal with this conflict? What is the best way to deal with this conflict? Yes. Mm-hmm. Stop. Okay. What is the best way to deal with this? We'll take only one card. Eight of Swords. So basically, the best way to deal with this is don't put yourself in a position that you couldn't move. Don't try to be too witty and like lock yourself up. And mind you also about your basically what is your strength. what is your strength in solving conflicts? Like, don't paint yourself in a corner. And also, like, I think you have the tools to solve this conflict, and basically, but don't paint yourself in a corner. So don't go to the conflict on you like you do this or else. Or I would think that try to deal with in this conflict uh, your side. What is the problem that you have with this, and don't concentrate too much on the problem that the other party has. Start from yourself, but maybe still moderate in such way that you don't put yourself in a position that you cannot get out. So I wouldn't make ultimatums, for example, if you want to basically, what is the best way to deal is to try to be maybe still more like diplomatic also. But if you solve from your own perspective the problem that you have in this situation, then it's going to be your strength also in dealing with this conflict, because then sort of like maybe you can even solve it from your part, and then there is no conflict sort of at all. The conflict is all on the other person or the other party. And then if you can do this and they cannot, then you have at least the upper hand, I think. Well. How about that? Okay. We do something else. What is the talent or gift yet to be revealed? What talent or gift yet to be revealed? Yet to be revealed. I have. So basically, what hidden talent or gift you have that has not manifested yet, sort of. That would be. We'll take one card and we see if we need to do something else. That was an interesting card and related. It was the strength there. But now, what hidden talent is yet to be revealed? And we were shuffling. And it is funny enough, I got the strength here when I was, because I'm checking if I can read. I need to get right vibe, otherwise I have to shuffle more. Maybe it's a neurotic thing or something, I'm not sure. What hidden talent or gift? That is a good question. I think you might be in some way in some sort of an escape artist, that you can sort of like logic, with logic and this to put yourself out of situations, and you haven't quite maybe realized this. That's the hidden gift, that you have probably been able, if you start thinking about it, you are able to get yourself out of harm's way and from situations that are not beneficial for you. So I think that is the hidden gift, that you haven't quite realized this, and that you are kind of witty and you are like able to deal. Like I said earlier, it's because it had the strength also there. When I was checking here, if I can read or not, and like this also 8 is the strength. Also, well, I don't want to say strength in logic, but basically that you're a bit of an like a mental escape artist. I think that is the hidden skill, and it's somehow so normal that maybe you have not really even understood that. And I think it's so plain obvious that it's like you have the person there, like you have sort of like blinded yourself, like it was the person in the 8 of swords has the bandage or the bandana on the eyes cover, but you have done yourself this and you haven't quite. I don't know, I get the impression that it could be also related somehow to your childhood, even in a way that you have been in position, maybe in your family or in school or whatever, or in which circle of some friends or sort of enemies that you have learned this as a survival method. Maybe you couldn't kick the ass of someone and then you had to kind of talk your way through the business of things or something silly. Well, it's not silly at all, but like maybe something related to this. So this, what is the answer to this question? What is the best advice for me now? Well, what is the best advice for me now? We'll see. What is the best advice for you now? No, okay. We'll take an advice card. Sort of and see if you need more. What is the best advice for me right now? The best advice, the card is King of Pentacles. So, basically, I would say that the best advice that right now is like you might be fooling yourself in a way that you have the abundance what this person has in this, like you can see it's like, you know, in a nice garden with the clothes are kind of stuff. So I would not trick myself thinking that you are better off than you actually are. So I would keep myself check money-wise, for example, exactly not to buy certain things if it's not really needed. So, and also to understand that you are not so well off that you might be thinking. So I would say that that is the advice for you right now. Keep your budget. Oh, I would keep my budget also like kind of tight. It's not time to do excess in the finances. That would go with the health actually as well. Like you might not be as good shape as you think you are. So I wouldn't start. If you went to the gym 4 years ago, you probably might be a little bit out of shape if you haven't been going in the last 4 years, for example, or you have stopped running or whatever. So I would keep these kind of things in check. We have a moth here that wanted to come to my eye. Moving on, we let the moth be if it lets me be. Otherwise, we have to escort it out of the premises. How did I do it on my today's exam? Like at school exam. We'll see. Take one card, what it says. How did I do in the exam in my exam today? It's the tower upside down. So I think you did exactly that you expected to do. At least no better in any way. I would say that you went into this without being prepared at all. So you did exactly in that sense, I would say, as you could think. What happens if you have an exam, you haven't prepared yourself basically to it. So maybe you were also entertaining some illusions that you don't really have to study for this, that you already know. You paid attention in class or something. So I would say, like, I don't think you did really well. At least you did probably worse than you think. Sorry to say. And my apologies, but I think that is the case. But this is You would like to think that the reason is for someone else to blame, but I think in the end it comes down to this, that you were not prepared enough. You were maybe telling yourself you were prepared enough. When you look very deep inside yourself, when you look very deep, then uh, then you can see what I'm saying. So this is what I think, what I see in the card. Okay. Is John the one for me? Is John the one for me? Let's see. I will take you, John, what is between you guys, and see what we can get from the whole this. So you, where do I keep getting the 8 of swords? 2 of swords. 9 of wands. Well, in this case, I would have to say that John is between, somehow in between things. You yourself, you are, I think, kind of also stuck. So I think this relation needs that you both are in it. So at the moment there is like 2 people in it, but there is not so much, maybe, well, at least not enough. You, like, there's me and me, but no we so much. So I think that is in between at the moment. So I would have to say, how things are going at the moment and how things are, I don't see that he would be the one. For we both have the source, of course, so I think probably intelligent people and all that, of course. But things need to happen. And then I'm thinking that you both are hiding from each other things also. I would say that you might be getting tired of this as well. So basically, the way things are going, no, he's not the one for you, and you're not the one for him either. So you need to check what you want, and then you can see what is the situation and who is going to be the what for who. So that's something like that. Should I spend my holiday in Europe or Europe or Thailand? Well, that's slightly two slightly different destinations, is it not? So which one would be? But let's see. Take 2 options fast. Should I spend my holiday in Europe or in Thailand? Here you are, thinking about your. Here is Europe on the up, basically. And down is Thailand. Not in any way something. Okay, so here you are. The High Priest, the Hierophant, the Pope. Europe, 5 of wands, 4 of wands, and the 5 of wands is upside down. Then the 4 of wands. Then there is the dog who is making his shaky things. I don't know. He was just out. And then we have here Ace of Swords upside down, Ace of Wands upside down. Now, if you get another ace, I don't know what to say. Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, and then the Justice. So this down line is Thailand, and the upper line is Europe. So if these are your choices, there might be. I would maybe try to find a third choice I don't like so much either, but I think you would be more calm still in Europe in this case. Like maybe there's some very minor things, but you would be feeling more home and basically like more relaxed, and that would be well the four of wands is sort of like also like a thinking like for a trip or whatever. You can relate it to many other things as well, but somehow I don't like the aces being down, like the swords, air ace, and the fire either, and then the justice upside down. So I think Thailand could bring up like real problems, and Europe will be more smooth sailing. Maybe it's not so different that what you are used to in a sense, but I would say I would spend my holiday in Europe. I think. Let's take one more card, see if it gives any clearance to this. Clearance. Yeah, also a pentacle and the Queen of Pentacles. I would say again that we have a 4 here. This is, well, that's not really red, but we have these guys here. So I think this would clarify more and say that it would be more fruitful to spend it in Europe. And I would maybe even go with it because you're in a situation that was described by the Pope. So you don't need to write the actual Pope to ask about your vacation, but maybe you ask some friend who's been to Thailand and Europe, both places. Simply as that, and ask how did it go? Maybe were they in the same time there? What they were the places? I think that could give you also, or check from a travel page on the web, like what's going on. Well, we know what's going on in Europe, and it's not all so nice, man. Yeah, god damn. Okay. I think it started to be for me today to start wrapping things up. I saw one more. This is. I saw a very lovely house I'd like to buy. Should I buy it or not? So looking for a new home. Found a suitable candidate. Should you buy it or not? Let's see. We'll take for this only one card, see if it gives us anything. And then if not, we take more. No, this we don't want. Okay, we try. So I think the dog is really warm. It's lying on the floor. It has water heavy, but it has a fur and it's like pretty warm for the north. Now in this summer, I think it's like plus 27, 30. It's kind of much. So the house. Should I buy or not? Let's see what one card gives us first. Yep. 5 of Wands. Another 5. There's that could be linked to many things, of course, as well. You see these guys kind of fighting there and all. Then it could be sort of also put to the Hierophant that just was making a it's an appearance here. So I would say that you should go through some kind of structural specialist. I wouldn't just buy it. You would, if you really want it, you should go check it, not with a feeling, but with some professional to go see through. Somehow get this idea that the structures are okay and maybe there's no damage to anything or mold or something not nice. So I think that would be worth doing. Maybe there's something that even the who's selling it doesn't necessarily know. So, and that could affect the price and everything else. And you will be up to date. So yeah, I would run it through some specialist, like a person who is, and I think it has something to do with the structure of the whole house. I don't know if it's a wooden building, and maybe you need to make sure that it stays erect, the whole house, and won't crumble when you close the door, like in some cartoons. So now we will take one card, which is for the next 24 hours. And that's advice. So whatever you can take from it, let's see what we get. Can we give it already? No. So we will check again. Money. Now we can. So we take the card here. Advice. Advice. Ten of Pentacles. It's familiar face from the readings today. So this is an advice. You have the 10 Pentacles, you have sort of like family there, some older person, maybe like a father, grandfather, a couple of dogs seem to be kind of obediently in his feet. There's a kid. You can see, you can consider if this is an inside the place, and that's the yard. And what's happening? There's a tower, some forest. Seems to be like the 10 of coins is also a lot. Sort of like there's a lot of coins. When it comes to the minor arcanes, it seems more than, for example, the page of coins is just like holding one coin, so is the rest of the court card. So sort of like it's a lot of coins. So that could be something, but I would stress it doesn't necessarily mean exactly just like money, in a sense that it can be, it's a material stuff. So what that could mean then? 10 of coins, pentacles. I like the word pentacle for some reason. Okay, but yeah, I think I will return in the future, meaning tomorrow. And I'm gonna also soon some content that you might enjoy. Or hopefully you will. But well, I want to put it anywhere out there, so that's the stuff. So hey, have a good night, good evening, and all that. And see you in the future. Don't forget the 10 of Pentacles. Hey. Bye bye.